Kanye West has been hospitalized after he had a few public occurrences where he made a spectacle of himself, made some pretty strong political comments in favor of Donald Trump, and then proceeded to basically cancel the rest of his tour. Now, this all started on Saturday, where 15 minutes into his show in Los Angeles, he stopped and kind of went on this tirade. We have video of part of that tirade, and then I have some quotes from other things that he said. Let's take a quick look.
I am putting my career, my life, my public well-standing at risk when I talk to y'all like this. The vibes is back. Motherfuckers might feel a way about this tonight. Beyonce, I was hurt. Because I heard that you said you wouldn't perform unless you won Video of the Year over me and over How I Blame. In my opinion, now don't go trying to diss Beyonce. She is great. Taylor Swift is great. We are all great people. But sometimes we be playing the politics too much and forgetting who we are. Just to win. F*** winning. Looking cool. Looking cool. Being cool. All that, bro.
So that was a small part of what happened last Saturday, and then on Sunday, 3 hours prior to his show at the Forum in Los Angeles, he decided to cancel, and then he proceeded to cancel the rest of his upcoming tour. So on Monday, authorities were called to his personal trainer's home because there was some sort of disturbance, and then apparently paramedics were called to take an unidentified, now we know it's Kanye West, man to the hospital. West agreed to seek medical treatment according to a law enforcement source, and he was treated for stress and exhaustion at Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. Now, he said other things during his Saturday show, but before we get into all of those details, give me a little bit of your take. Like, he got a lot of criticism because he came out in favor of Donald Trump. He said he liked the way Donald Trump addresses things in a politically incorrect fashion, and it just appeals to him. And so he got a lot of heat for that.
Well, I think Kanye is very smart in a different kind of way. Mm-hmm. And, you know, if he says, I hate Donald Trump, it's not anything different than what many people are saying. So he's going, counterculture. He's saying things, I think, to get more attention for himself, which is to praise Donald Trump. And he's saying weird, nonsensical things. Yeah. I think you're right when you use the word spectacle. He's making a spectacle of himself so that he gets more attention. A lot of these people, they live and feed off of attention. And sometimes they know it's only for attention. Other times, they delude themselves into believing that they're actually earnest about it. So I don't know where he's at.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that he knows. Right?
I don't think any of us know where he's at. And so I'm trying to be a little more open to understanding what someone's going through before I immediately pass judgment, because I don't know. People might be right. He might be doing this for attention. But then there's also a part of me that knows what it's like to get a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of exposure and understand the significant downsides of that and how it can make you crazy. And so he has that exposure times 10 million. And I don't know, maybe he is exhausted, maybe he is dealing with depression or anxiety or some sort of mental situation that we're completely unaware of. So I just feel uncomfortable, like, criticizing him and making it seem like he's this terrible person. He said some pretty terrible things in the past, so he's not my favorite person on the planet. Let me be clear about that.
I remember when he said George Bush don't care about black people.
Yeah.
Right? That was like a big statement, and it made headlines and everyone took notice. Mm-hmm. So, look, again, I don't know if he's saying it only for the purpose of drawing attention, but he's a performer, and I give him credit for being a very good performer. I'm not into his music. I don't really know him. I don't follow him in any kind of way, but I do think that his statements, his public statements, are made publicly for the purpose of drawing attention to himself and his whole brand. And I know he has, I don't know if he really means it, but he's made statements to the effect that he's going to run for president in 2020.
He's a perfect candidate considering what we just went through.
It is. And I think, given the state of our media, given the state of our technology that allows people to connect with, in ways that they haven't been able to do before, I think he can run. And you know what? I guarantee you, Anna, one day soon, a YouTube celebrity will become president. Maybe in 4 years, maybe 16 years. I don't know.
We complain about how deluded Americans, and maybe it's worldwide, of course, so how we are with celebrities. And we think they're superhuman. We think they can fly. And oh my God, who's Kim Kardashian going to vote for president? Because then, I guarantee you, if celebrities gave endorsements, that level of celebrity gave endorsements. We know the people that are actors, that are activists, give their endorsements the way they were doing for Hillary. But that type of celebrity, that will get more attention. And he's on that type of celebrity level. So if you're that guy, and we believe that you're superhuman because we're stupid, and then you actually have a human moment like this, because I do believe, I have, none of us have the proof, but I think he is overworked, overstressed, and couple that with an ego. So he thinks, this is where I say things to everyone because everyone should listen to me, but he doesn't realize his mind is frazzled right now.
Yeah.
The month of November, they say, is regularly a bad month for him. It's when his mother died.
Yes,
I remember
I like
seeing
that
a
you brought
change
that
in the
up.
way he acted towards the public when his mother died
Yes.
unexpectedly. Think about what happens when people's parents die, especially unexpectedly, especially when you feel like you could have done something different to change it. It'll drive you crazy.
Yes.
And who knows how he approached it, who knows if he went to therapy, who knows if he mourned, we don't know. And this could just drive someone to these points.
I did think about that. And again, this is more about, like, for me, it's more about empathy than just like immediately passing judgment because again, I don't know. So I just want to be clear about that everything that I'm saying is speculation. Everything that anyone says about this story is speculation because we have no proof of anything. But I did notice a difference in his behavior after his mom died. And his mom did die unexpectedly due to a cosmetic surgery procedure. And if I know for a fact that if I were in his position and I was this gigantic celebrity who deals with both the good and the bad that comes along with that, and then on top of that, you deal with the most important person in your life dying. Like I would definitely have a mental breakdown. I don't know if he went to therapy for that. I don't know if he got the help that he needed for that. But it's just this behavior isn't normal, and I just want to hold off before I'm like, he's a terrible person, and you know.
Well, I don't think he's a terrible person, even if he's faking it. I mean,
Yeah.
if he's just saying the stuff just for attention and to get more exposure, I don't think he's terrible. I mean, that's just his way of doing things. That's the way a lot of people do things. I mean, Trump said a lot of outlandish things, and it worked for him. So why not? And look, we live in a weird culture where we worship celebrities, right? And if you go online, even like on ESPN. Like there'll be a game between the Cavaliers and the Lakers, and someone will say LeBron James sucks, and then someone else will lose their mind. Don't criticize LeBron James. I love him so much, and that extends to politicians, to rapper, everyone. I've said this on the Aggressive Progressives, but I'm frustrated with my friends who are engaging in like total worship of Hillary. Like they think she did nothing wrong in this election, and that it's weird because they are making every excuse in the book for her. And my point isn't that that we should, lambast her for every single thing, but let's be honest and take an honest assessment about what went wrong and what she could have done better. But they don't want to do that. Same thing with sports figures, rappers. Like if you think Kanye is great and someone else thinks he sucks, who cares? Those are differences of opinion, right? But they get very, very personal, and they get personally upset if someone disagrees with their assessment of a celebrity. And it's an odd thing. I don't understand that.
Look, I think 2016, and this is just my personal experience, has exposed me to the reality of humanity in America, right? People are fucking terrible, okay? They're horrible. I don't know if I even believe in goodness or inherent goodness in humanity anymore, to be honest. Like, it's been such a crappy year, and I've been exposed to so many horrendous people. Obviously, I'm not talking about our audience members, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, what happened in DC with that stupid convention and some of the crazy things they're talking about with ethnic cleansing in the United States. Like, that kind of stuff amazes me because I really thought that humans had kind of moved past it. But no, we haven't, not even close. So the reason why I bring that up is because we get a tiny sliver of that, right? We experience and interact with a tiny sliver of the deplorables. But if you're a gigantic celebrity, you deal with that on such a huge level. And it would make me crazy. So before we judge, again, let's just wait and see what's going on. And, honestly, if he is dealing with some severe mental health issues, my heart goes out to him because it's not an easy thing to deal with.
We need independent media to make sure that we hold corporate media accountable. The people that can make that happen is you. You make the Young Turks possible. tytnetwork.com/join. Join us. Be the revolution.